to Some Good Tea, where we drink some tea and share some tea. I'm your host, Katie, and this week I'm being joined by Jessica. We will be discussing hiking and some of the adventures and mishaps, wildlife encounters, and things that you should prepare for when you are venturing off into the wilds. This is a really fun episode, and I'm really excited to jump right into it. So we're just going to go through some really quick announcements, and then we will move forward with the episode. As you know, those of you who have been listening before, I will be dropping a website at the end of this month where you'll be able to connect with some of my guests who are artists and authors and content creators. On there, you'll also be able to learn a little bit more about the different teas that we drink, how to brew them, where to find them. So I'm very excited to finally be able to present that to you guys. And just a reminder about our schedule. We drop an episode every 2 weeks on Sundays at 8 p.m. The only time that I'll really breach that schedule is during special times like spoopy season at Halloween and other times like that, and I'll usually try to give you guys a heads up. That's all for the announcements. Let's jump into the episode. It is such a special episode today.
Yes.
It's Mother's Day.
This weekend tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess technically, when we're recording, tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Whenever you drop it, it'll be either in the past or
future.
The same
Maybe
day.
when you're listening.
Yeah.
It could be anytime. Could be Hanukkah.
Could be Halloween.
Could be the spoopy times.
I'm so excited. I'm wearing
spring.
headhunter earrings. I'm ready for Halloween.
You are, it's true. We might even talk about where we saw those
cool petroglyphs
today.
Yeah, we might.
I'm really excited about that. And we have some delicious tea to drink and to share today on our episode.
Hot.
Oh my gosh, it is actually really hot. We probably should have thought about that. We maybe should have iced it.
I tried stopping the kettle as it was boiling. I was like, oh shoot. And so I turned it off because it was at a really rolling boil.
Yeah, that was a good choice.
And that kettle has no self-control.
No.
It just goes.
No. It's true. Gotta watch your kettles, kids. Watch your kettles.
They'd be boiling.
The tea that we're having today, we've had before. It is fantastic. It's Golden Fire Ginger by Keats and Co.
Perfect for today.
Highly recommend them. They are from the Good Dot store. Just wonderful people. Great place. If you haven't already gotten your mom a Mother's Day gift, you're a little late, but you can hop on there now to get her Mother's Day gift. And guess what? Keats and Co. and the Good Dot store helps other mothers. So get on there, help some moms, show some love to your mom, show some love to moms all over. It's a great place. And they have great tea and socks and a bunch of other really awesome stuff.
They have socks too?
Yeah, they have socks. They have cool cleaning products that are good for the environment.
Wow.
They have underwear. Yep. And it's
of
cute.
All the random things.
Yeah. When we went to the race today, you guys.
We did. It was really good.
So hot. I died.
You did. I found you and you were dying.
I was. But guess what?
You did it.
I did it,
You
and
got
I
a
was
medal.
wearing underwear from the Good Dot store, and it was so comfortable.
My word. I'm sure you were. I would not know, nor do I want to know.
It was very comfortable, and 10 out of 10 would recommend it for all of your athletic and or comfy needs. Would recommend the Good Dot store and their tea.
By Keats and Co. Good Dot store. Brought to you by Katie.
By Katie. Not a sponsor, just a fan. Just a fan. Anyway, we're not here to talk about underwear.
I'm so glad, because I would leave the room right now.
Oh, Jessica's struggling. Our episode today is all about hiking and hiking adventures.
There are so many stories associated with this topic.
It's so great. We have been spending this whole half of a week out having hiking adventures, as per the tradition.
For the Dino Half. Although I didn't get to run the half marathon this year.
No, because you broke yourself.
That wasn't my fault, but that's a story for a different day.
That's a whole other thing. Erin and I already had an episode about breaking ourselves, and you missed out because Erin broke herself way more than you have recently. So that's what we got
Well, I'm hoping to continue to keep my streak of not breaking myself. I'm getting older.
You shouldn't try to one-up Aaron.
I'm not going to.
The goal is to not do that.
Aaron has one-upped me.
Yes.
And that's pretty bad.
It is.
When she met me when she was in high school, I had one-upped her a bazillion times.
Yeah.
But she's
don't do that.
No,
don't do that, kids.
Nope, don't break your bodies, children. It's not worth it.
You only got one so far. You haven't figured out how to get you another one yet.
And doctors are heckin' expensive.
They do be.
And insurance is also heckin' expensive.
Or if you live in a place where it's not a thing, taxes. So anyway,
hiking.
We're talking about hiking.
We are. I've got so many photos, so many cool stories.
Some of them are headhunters.
Literally, that was the coolest.
I love that.
That was so cool. I still need to know if you got like a good picture of that one because I'm like,
I haven't checked. I need to
check. I mean, I sent you that good lizard photo.
You did. That was a really good lizard.
He was photogenic.
We got close to booping like 3 lizards.
I did catch one, and then he flopped out of my hand. You and Aaron were further up the trail.
User error, that one.
This hand doesn't work very well.
That's your fault. Because of all
my fault because I sleep weird? I literally sleep down like this.
Okay, well, would you like to roll the dice?
Sure. We're doing it virtually today, folks.
Yeah, I forgot to pack a dice. That's my fault.
It's okay. 8.
8. Ooh. This is great because we were literally just talking about lizards. Most close encounter with wildlife while hiking. Go.
Moose and wolves. These are both true stories. Do you want the moose story first or the wolf story first?
Okay. How about you tell your moose story and then I'll tell my moose story.
Okay.
Try to keep it under like 5, maybe 10 minutes.
Once upon a time in Mount Timpanogos.
Oh, okay.
I was hiking, and I've hiked Timp a lot.
Yeah.
My dad used to take us a lot when we were little. I think I've hiked it now officially 8 times, and I've run it top to bottom once.
Great. Yeah.
It was a great accomplishment. I died. I couldn't walk the next day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that must have really been awful.
It was great. It was last summer. It was so fun. But anyways, this was when I was like 14 or 15. I was hiking Timp, and my dad was like, "Okay, take care of yourself because I gotta watch your little brother." And so my little brother was down below because he was throwing a huge hissy fit about going up this mountain with me and my dad.
Yeah.
And my older brother was at work, so he didn't come with us, and my mom was also at work. And so we're hiking, and we're just having a grand old time. I leave my dad and my little brother for a little bit, and I'm going up the trail because I'm a old enough teenager at this point.
Ooh, so
mature.
Yes.
So I'm scouting up ahead. There wasn't a lot of people on the trail, and we were hiking on like the side where Sundance is at. So the Aspen Trail.
Yeah.
And as I'm going up, I hear rustling up ahead of me.
Okay.
And I was like,
Normal.
This
seems normal. Maybe there's like a deer, like a whitetail or something.
It's nature sounds. No, a baby moose comes down the trail, and Mama is right behind a baby moose. And I was like, oh no. And Mama sees me, snorts, and starts charging.
Oh no!
I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because my life flashed before my little 15-year-old eyes. So I'm booking it down this trail, and like I didn't realize how far I had gone from my dad and my little brother. So I am sprinting down this trail, and I was like, this is how I die. I'm going to die to a mama moose. There was a big tree off the side. You remember how when we were watching Gravity Falls, I told you about the tree physics, about Wendy doing her tree thing?
Yeah.
That happened. So I saw
just teleported up the tree.
No, it was like, because there's a spot where you're running that you can grab trees and then they bend down to further trees. So I boosted myself down 2 trees, and Mama Moose starts running down, and then I stuck on a tree, and she didn't know which one I was in. And she sat there looking for a minute, and then she got bored and left. And I waited a solid 5 minutes before I heard my dad yelling at the top of the trail, and I come running back up the trail, and I was like, I just got chased by a moose. And he was like, I leave you alone for 5 seconds.
Like, you didn't summon the moose?
No. And then the same, like, 3 months later, when I was getting ready to go to girls' camp, same thing happened.
Oh my gosh. The moose don't like you.
No.
They really don't like you at all.
No. But then, like, the older I've gotten, the more I've hiked that trail, the more the moose are like,
Maybe it's your teenage angst.
Maybe
they
going into
it on you, and they were like, we gotta humble this child.
Or they smelled the fear. I mean, I did scare a moose to the point, while she was running away, she almost barreled over my dad while he was peeing out in the woods. So, that's my moose story.
That's funny. So,
This tea is nice.
It's a really good team. So I've seen, so I make a routine of like going to Yellowstone now, in kind of towards the end of August, because that's when school starts up, and so
there's like nobody there.
Yeah, there's not as many American tourists. Don't go there, guys, when I'm there, because, like, I don't want you around.
Katie! Oh my gosh.
And sometimes, depending on how much time I have, we'll come down through Jackson Hole. I really like the Jackson Hole area.
I've never been to Jackson Hole.
Ugh, I love Jackson Hole. That whole area up there is just great. And I've been up to Jackson Hole, like, in the wintertime, in the springtime, and never actually in the fall. I do want to go up in like October and see when the leaves change.
Oh my gosh,
so
yes.
pretty.
And the weather, like the fall, just the weather, sweater weather.
I want to go so bad. And it's not really that far. So anyway, this was when I had done a solo trip up to Yellowstone, and I was coming down through Jackson. And I had gotten a place and was staying. I was in Jackson for like a day and a half, basically, and was doing just a ton of hikes, just like seeing a bunch of this stuff. And there was this one hike where you go around one of the main lakes there, and I was doing that hike, and there's some little offshoots where you can kind of hike up to get some
around
of the,
and see some of the
and there's some really, really steep hikes, but you can get some really beautiful, like, outlooks.
Yeah, and good shots for your photos too.
Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. Highly recommend. But it's a long day of hiking. Like, the full loop around this particular lake was 14 miles.
Holy crap! That's like a backpacking trip.
Yeah,
that sounds really
it was
fun.
the entire day. It was my entire day, was doing that loop and the, like, offshoots.
You didn't do the full 44, did you?
I said 14.
Oh.
Babe. Drink your tea.
I am drinking my tea. I'm so tired. The sun cooked my brain.
It was tough. It was hot today. It was like
hot.
96,
It was
86.
89 is where it got to when we were leaving
finally
Josie's
leaving.
cabin.
But anyway, so I didn't do like the full loop around the lake. I stayed on the mountainside because I was wanting to do the like offshoots that went up the mountainsides to like some waterfalls. And there's some base camps where some of the, like, if you're doing any of the climbing stuff, you would hike up to where the waterfalls would start, and then if you were with the climbing, you could see, like, where the climbers were, so, like, that was cool. So I was doing those hikes, and then you would follow the trail back along the edge of this gorgeous lake, and then my car was, like, way back, the 14 miles along the lake.
Way back there. Oh my gosh.
And right before you got to my car, there was this little teeny pond, and kind of this, like, maybe mile-ish loop around this little pond that was called Moose Pond.
For obvious reasons, moose.
It was the very end of the day when I had finally got back to my car, which is what I had planned. And I had spent literally the entire day just, like, taking pictures, tons and tons of pictures, like, eating snacks, meeting fun, cool people, just seeing tons and tons of I saw tons of wildlife, but it was all, like, out there, up there, way over there kind of stuff. Lots of birds. That was super cool. It was all, there were berries and stuff. There was tons of, like, raspberries and blackberries.
That'd be so good. Fresh raspberries
and
blackberries.
It was all growing on the sides of the mountain right down to the edges of this lake.
Oh, that would be so
pretty. So I had my bear bell and stuff, but there were so many people, there were no bears. Everywhere I went, people would be like, oh, there was a bear here like 5 minutes ago, but then it left because there was people. And I was like, gosh, dang it.
Wrong place, wrong time.
I wanted to see the little bears eating the berries. That would be so cute. But they all peace out as soon as they hear people.
Well, do you blame them?
No, not at all. But
every time on the trail today, I was like, people.
Definitely the season to see them.
Bears
are
great.
I know. I wanted to see the little black bears munching on the berries, but instead it was just me and the random people I passed just snacking on berries as you're, like, hiking along. It was literally the best hike. Guys, don't go there because I'm going to be there in August. Please stay away.
Or if they go to say hi to you, they'll go. But they don't know exactly what day you're going to be going.
That's fair. So anyway, end of the day, getting towards my car, and I'm like, I really want to just sit, hang out, enjoy the sunset, eat my snacks. I'll go on this teeny little loop over to Moose Pond, take a look at that.
Yeah.
Hit my car. Then we're done. That's it. That wraps up my time. I go to Moose Pond.
And there's a moose.
There's fully a moose.
Heck yeah.
It was so cool. And you come over this ridge and it comes down this really steep bank, so you can't fully like see, and you're through these thick trees, these thick pines and stuff, and this really tall grass, and it comes down this thick like bank. And then you're at Moose Pond. It is like right there with these like really tall rushes, so you really couldn't see the pond itself until you're like right there.
So you basically just like fall in if you weren't watching or paying attention. It sounds
like. If you're not paying attention and watching the trail, then you could literally just walk off the trail into the pond.
Oops.
And like you should be watching the trail, but it's not like you fall off a cliff.
No.
But the pond is like right there, and like you can just kind of sit on the edge and like see the pretty pond and the beautiful trees, and it's a pretty sizable pond with like the bulrushes and stuff. And I was maybe like, because I saw the moose before it saw me because its head was down.
Wait, was this the moose picture you texted me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've seen the pictures that I took.
I have seen the picture of the moose, yeah.
So I saw the moose before it saw me because its head was down. It was like grazing in the rushes, like it was standing in the pond. And so I saw it and I was like, okay, I have a choice to, do I just leave? Do I just stay up on, because I saw it as I was like looking down to the pond. And so I was like, I could stay up here and sit on a root and like watch this moose,
which would be super cool. Moose are fascinating.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and it was just munching. Like it was just munching, and I'm clear the heck up on this ridge.
So you'd be in a safe spot if it ever did decide to get mad at you.
Oh yeah. And then I was also like, I could get a little bit closer and still feel comfortable, because like, especially like a moose that's just grazing, it's kind of the like mid-ish late afternoon, especially if it's a lone moose, no baby, whatever.
Just a moose having a good lunch.
Yeah, just a moose having a good lunch. If it knows I'm here and I haven't startled it, then I feel comfortable.
Yeah, because at that point the moose is fine, because you're not invading its space.
Yeah,
it's not
as long as
yours.
it knew I was there, then I felt comfortable getting a little bit closer and me also sitting and just snacking.
Yeah.
I was not being quiet as I was hiking. I've not been quiet all day because I didn't want to startle a bear. And I had my bear bell and I had my bear mace. So I haven't been quiet. So I was like, this moose has got to know that like I was coming up. And it's been still grazing this whole time. So I was like, I'm going to get a little bit closer. I'm going to stay on the trail, because the trail doesn't go directly up to the pond. There's probably like maybe 20 feet of like bulrushes that would be really soggy and gunky. Yeah. And then there's the actual pond, and then there's maybe like another 30 feet of water, and then there was the moose.
So you had a pretty decent distance between the two of you, but close enough that you could see the moose really well.
Oh yeah. So I'm like, I will get so that I'm like level with the moose and see like if it startles or if it looks like it's upset, we'll see how we do. Yeah. So I got down and like bell is ringing the whole time. Moose is still just grazing head underwater.
Still doesn't care that you
does not care. Like head came up maybe like a couple times. It was a cow, and so as soon as I saw that it was a cow, I was like, "Oh crap, where's baby?"
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like the wrong season for baby.
Yeah, it was August, and this cow was like she was pretty skinny.
Yeah, she probably didn't have a baby.
Yeah,
or either that she was a yearling herself.
Yeah, she was pretty skinny, and she was clearly like here to nosh. Like, she was hungry. Aww. She was really hungry, and she found a good place to get lots of snacks where nobody had been like, go away, you know?
Yeah, or
so
stealing all the snacks.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So I was like, you eat your snacks. I'm gonna eat my snacks, and I'll take a bunch of cool pictures. So I sat on a rock about like 50 feet away from a full-grown moose.
That's awesome.
And she ate her snacks. and I ate my snacks, and we had
afternoon tea.
We
together.
had a vibe. Yeah.
I would rather have that experience.
And then
did another moose show up?
some other tourists showed up.
They probably weren't as respectful.
I will let you guess where these tourists were from. I'm not gonna say because I want to be nice, but I will let you guess where they were from. I don't know if they could understand my language. Let's just put it that way. But I did try to convey that they needed to be careful.
Because it's a moose.
It was a husband and wife, and the wife had a little baby in the backpack thing. Yeah. They were a young couple, and they were clearly out exploring America, doing the thing, which is great. I love that.
But be educated.
But they didn't maybe understand the cautionary signs
of a moose?
About wildlife and how you need to be really careful. And I tried to convey, like, see where I am, stay here, stay back. And husband wanted to get closer photography. Yeah.
I can assume how that went because I've seen that happen too. I've seen people chased by grizzlies at Yellowstone.
Thankfully, he found out really fast that the bulrushes weren't grass. It wasn't solid ground. Yeah. It wasn't solid ground. And it was actually kind of funny because me and the moose kind of made like eye contact and we're like, this guy.
This is how it's gonna go.
This guy. Like, he had his, like, cool camera, you know, and was taking photos, and he had the lens to, like, zoom in, so it's not like he had to get close.
No, but, like...
You know, I was just using my phone.
And you got pretty good pictures from what you sent.
He had a good camera, so he didn't actually have to get any closer than me. He could have gotten photos from way up on the ridge and been fine. But he was determined to get closer to this moose. So he starts slogging into the bulrushes, and homeboy sunk up to his thighs.
Well, I'm glad it didn't get his camera, because that would have made me cry.
I can't imagine what he paid for that thing. Hopefully it was just a rental, but he sunk up to his thighs. Moose just watched. She was like, she stopped eating, and her head came up, and she was just like doing the chew thing
of like.
Yeah, she was just like, this is funny. Yeah, it was pretty great.
It's funny how wildlife have that personality too. They'll laugh at you.
Oh yeah. I felt bad for him, but like, it was just like, this is the best case scenario. The best case scenario for you is to lose shoes over this.
Yeah, instead of your life.
Instead of your life. Health. It's a good thing that she's feeling really chill about you approaching her way too close.
Moose are not nice.
No. And she was feeling really chill. So, like, especially if he got stuck. Like, he was pretty deep in it.
Did he manage to get out okay?
He did. He got out okay. His wife was pretty freaked out, but I was like, it's okay. I did not get any closer, though.
No,
I was not about to make that situation worse.
No.
I kind of had to hold her back because I was like, please don't bring that baby closer to that full-grown moose.
Or to the freaking water.
Yeah. So they got out. He went back to the shore. I think she was chewing him out a little bit. And then the moose just kind of, I think she didn't like the noise, so she, like, just kind of sloshed away into the trees.
Oh, destroyed your magical lunch.
I know.
You do have that Disney fairy tale touch, though. I mean, the fact that you can attract a moose and then that freaking massive butterfly today and last year in your face.
Stupid butterflies.
It went away after you yelled at it.
It did.
That was great.
It's because they all try to land in my hair. It's really annoying.
I can't help it if your hair is super bright. It's very bright.
I don't like it. So anyway,
time for you to roll the dice.
There we go. Our moose stories. Don't approach moose, children.
Don't do it. And if you see a mama with a baby, back up. Do not turn your back to a moose, because if you turn your back to your moose until you are out of vision, because if you turn your back on a moose, it will charge you.
And if you see a mama without a baby,
be like, where's baby?
Figure out where that baby is and move.
Mm-hmm. And then do not pose a threat to moose. Yeah. Moosin will kill you.
Don't go into the bulrushes. You'll sink. Just like that guy did.
I've done that before. I wasn't paying attention, and I was like, all the way down.
Yeah, you'll go down pretty far. He was lucky he only went up to his thighs.
I went up to my hips.
Yep. I was actually thinking I was gonna have to pull him out.
I got a 6. 6!
When you are hiking, Do you prefer to be a solo trekker? Do you like big groups, small groups, all of the above? For me, this is more like, yes.
You just like hiking.
I like hiking. I like going on ventures. And like, it depends, I feel like, on the group and also where are you going, you know? I think for me, also, I recognize, like, I'm cautious. Like, there's hikes that I haven't done that I want to do, but I won't do as a solo trekker.
Oh, yeah. Like the Appalachian Trail, never do that one solo.
Yeah.
I would love to go on that one, but there are just too many,
even like shorter stuff. Like there was like a day hike at Yellowstone, that would be like a day. Like that would be the thing that you would do. But I would not do that alone. Like a full day where you're going way in the back country.
No, you always have a buddy for backcountry hikes.
Yeah. And like, it's not necessarily because it's like, oh, really strenuous or whatever. No, it's not like it's a backpacking situation. It's just that, like, it's a full day to go there and come back. And I'm just one person. So, like, if something did happen...
It's better to have a buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I get that.
But, like, you want to... You know, it's like picking your team. You know?
Yeah, you gotta pick the right people.
You gotta pick the right people for the right
hike and trip.
And the right trip, right? Mm-hmm. And you also have to pick the right hike for the right group. Like, it's the right...
Yeah, it's
you're matchmaking.
It's like, I backpack a lot. I haven't been able to go recently just because I've been so focused in getting into grad school.
And, you know, maybe something about your back happened.
It's not my fault. Anyways, the back injury aside, like, I did a lot of backpacking, and there's some people who have been like, I want to go backpacking with you. Like, please take me. And I'm like, no. No, I won't. The reason being is because I've had so many problems that, like, if I hadn't had my dad there, if I hadn't had a man there, I don't think I would be here. And so it's just like, I need to have the right people with the right experience to go to some of these places.
Yeah, like you need to have the right kind of skill set for the right types of things. So if you're there, backpacking is very different than like day hiking.
Yeah, I love backpacking though. Day hiking though, like you said, you do have to have the right kind of people, because if you have people who don't know what they're doing, if they're not ready to go, if they're not wearing the right gear, the right shoes. I know you and Aaron make fun of my shoes, but I walk with those shoes for a reason.
And those shoes work for your feet.
And for my knees.
Yeah.
But y'all are like, you walk with these shoes, and it's like...
Guys, she basically hikes...
in like Converse and Vans, because if I could go barefoot, I would. Because like hiking shoe, my ankles are so messed up that I have to be like close to the ground. I have to like grab the ground, so I got monkey feet. So having the flat shoes that I have helps me to hike better.
She has no... You have to understand, she has no traction.
There is traction on my shoes. They have fish on them. The fish work just fine.
Not, like, it's just not a normal traction. And it's fine. It works for Jessica.
Did I trip, fall, or stutter at all this trip? No, I did not. I tripped twice, but I did not fall. I even had a dream about being disqualified from the race for tripping.
You did.
But I choose specific shoes. But like
you choose the shoes that work for you, and just like that, we choose the right people for the right hike.
So
like for example, like Timpanogos, right?
That one I do solo.
Basically, like it can be a day hike.
It is.
Probably should be a day hike.
If it's more than a day hike, you guys are
got problems.
Or you're just backpacking it, because people backpack it and enjoy it. They stay at Emerald.
You can backpack it. That would be that's like a good intro backpack.
It's incredibly good.
Yeah, it's a perfect intro backpack, because if you need to get out, you can.
You just gotta make sure the goats don't steal your things, because the goats will steal your things. Do you want some more tea?
I would love some more tea. But, like, that would be a very, very rigorous day hike for somebody who's used to like a mile loop hike, right?
Yeah.
On the flat.
Timpanogos total I think is like 17 to 20 miles up and down.
Yeah. right? So that's very different,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like most of the hikes that we've done on this trip have been really short and really easy, and most of them have been like flat or maybe a little bit technical.
Well, to be fair, one of us had surgery and then the other one of us is recovering from an injury.
And I did that on purpose.
Yeah,
right?
But like we've done tougher hikes before.
We have, because less crippled means more crazy.
Now you're starting to sound like me, and I'm proud of you.
Yes. But
you have to plan accordingly.
You have to plan
accordingly. And you have to plan your group accordingly.
You have to know like your limitations and your group's limitations and what's smart and also what's fun, because you're doing this because it's fun.
It's fun. You don't want to make it like a project.
Yeah, it's not just the like, oh, what's the thing at the end of the hike that's cool? It's like, what is all the things along the way, and is it going to be fun for everybody?
Like we found out yesterday with the dinosaur trail. You loved that so much. She did tear up a little bit, you guys, seeing dinosaur tracks.
They're so cool.
And so this trip was planned very well, but like find enjoyable hikes. Find something that's going to make the journey worth it during and then at the end of the journey, and then like.
And the people that you have with you matter.
Yeah, they make or break it. Because I've hiked with some people that I'm like, never again.
I mean, like, maybe they just are not...
They whined the whole time.
Fun. Yeah, maybe they complain about things the whole time, and maybe that's just not your vibe. Or maybe you're the person that likes to complain, and you need to complain, and you need a group of people to complain with. And you're just surrounded by a bunch of morning people, and that's just not your vibe.
Like freaking morning people that are like, let's wake up at 3 a.m. And it's like, why do you want to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch the sunrise? I'd rather watch the stars. Let me sleep in peace. Let me be dead in my bed. The morning is for chickens going peacock. And I am not.
Funny.
If you tell me to wake up for a half marathon, I will wake up for that.
I was gonna say, like, what are you saying, Jessica?
I know, because I literally was awake before you and Aaron today, ready for the race, and I was like, la 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 la.
Yeah.
Just happy.
Yeah, and you didn't even have to be up that early.
It's just because my body had the pre-race jitters.
Yep, I know this. I know this about you.
You do.
It's true. But yeah, so, like, for me, I like to hike with big groups, little groups, all the in-between groups, but it just needs to be the right group for the right hike.
Yes,
I think.
And that's why you plan your trips accordingly.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I think, like, on every hike I've ever been solo, I've definitely had moments where I've been like, if so-and-so were here, they would really like this. You know?
I've had hikes like that, too.
Yeah, the moment where I've been like, if I'm going to do this again, I'm going to invite so-and-so.
Yeah.
You know? Stuff like that.
Which is why I invited you and Aaron to this when I first learned that, like, was getting to know you, that you like dinosaurs, and I was like, you should come to this place.
And then I was like, I've already been there.
Yeah, and then I was like, come see the race, and hook, line, and sinker, girl.
But see, like, I didn't know that there was a race here. I just knew that there was a
dinosaurs.
Cool dinosaur thing here, because that's my vibe.
You do like dinosaurs a lot.
We're currently drinking out of dinosaur mugs.
They got little velociraptors on them. Yeah, cute little claw marks.
It's great.
I'm wearing my T-Rex ring.
Yeah.
Look at it.
I have my dinosaur leggings on.
And the dinosaur half marathon shirt.
We got it new. It's new for today. It's got a Dilophosaurus on it. It's so great. And guess what? We saw Dilophosaurus tracks.
We did, and then you teared up. It was great.
I had to suck my tears back into my face, because otherwise my sunscreen was going to get in my eyes and blind me.
That's one thing that, like, I love hiking, but the sunscreen in your eyes, the bug spray in the eyes. Ugh.
Oh my gosh. I've still yet to figure out, like, I've gotten techniques to be like, okay, we only apply this amount at this time, and we reapply it this other time, and we just are really careful, and we have the sunglasses this way to, like, try to minimize the sunscreen in the eyes, but at some point
it does get in your eyes. Like right now I have some in my left eye because I'm like, and when it gets underneath the contact, it's game over, man.
Yeah, and like, it's no matter what I do, at some point in the trip, I'm gonna get an ungodly amount of sunscreen in my eye, and I'll be minding my own business, and it's just like, how did you get here? right?
Yeah.
Like we were driving back from Flaming Gorge or
Yesterday,
whatever,
and you were like, you had
and
to stop the car twice.
we were in an air-conditioned car. I wasn't sweaty, and all of a sudden I was just like,
betrayed you.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Sunscreen companies, what are you doing? Why do you hate me?
I just wore a hat so I wouldn't have to put so much on over my eyes, but even
I'm
then.
pasty. We've talked about this. I'm Swedish and Irish. I've got fish and potatoes in my blood. Just fish and potatoes.
Oh my gosh. And I'm Brazilian and English and Norse. And yet here we are.
And here we are. And
brown.
I swear you've gotten like 12 shades darker in the past 24 hours.
Yeah, looking against the tablecloth, I'm like, holy crap, girl.
See, I've just gotten whiter.
How? When did that even happen?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Katie, I'm sorry.
I'm as white as the teapot. Like...
I was gonna say no, but I can't unconfirm that. I can't. That would be lying to our listeners.
What did I say? Fish and potatoes. I'm just fish and potatoes.
It's okay. We still love you.
Thanks
very much.
Thanks. And here's the sad part. I was looking down as I was like scraping and scrubbing off the film of bug spray and
you
sunscreen.
were glistening as you walked through the Airbnb.
I was washing it off and I was just like, oh man, I might have gotten a tan.
It wasn't just dirt.
It was just dirt.
No, Katie!
It's okay. I would rather not have skin cancer, so, you know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's fine.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Do you want to roll the dice?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about something more wholesome.
Tan!
Man, we cannot get out of the basement.
I mean, I could roll it again.
No, we don't roll it again. Never.
Unless it's double. Like if you did a 6 and I got a 6.
Well, we did an 8 and then a 6, and now we have a 10.
Gosh, freaking Google Dice, get your crap together.
What do you feel like is your biggest priority when you're planning a hike?
Water is number 1. That one's number 1. Like
bringing water on
the hike, making sure you're well hydrated.
I thought you meant like a water feature, and I was like, well, we failed. Like
no. Making sure like number 1 is having water.
Okay.
Because I've seen people go on hikes. They're like, I have enough water. They have a water bottle like the size of our mugs, and they're like, this is fine. And then later we have to haul them out because they're dehydrated.
Okay, can I just?
Katie drinks a lot of water, guys. She's a very well-hydrated human.
But, like, that kind of behavior on hikes, that immediately disqualifies you as far as the, like, who you pick for, like, people who get to go on hikes and stuff with me. If you're doing dumb stuff like that where you're like, I'm prepared, and then you show up and you do something dumb like that where you, like, jeopardize
everything,
the safety of the party,
and yourself mostly.
Yeah, and then you make everybody work a billion times harder,
or share their water and then make it harder too.
Yes,
like
that's just rude.
Because I mean, I'm
like, it's one thing if it's like, okay, guys, I have literally never been on a hike before ever. What do I need to do? What do I need to prepare?
And I'll take that. Like, I will happily teach somebody, and I will get them hooked on being outside and hiking in
But
nature.
if you're just like a stubborn little turd biscuit, and you're like, I have my 8 ounces for this 10-mile hike,
12-hour day hike
for all the adventuring that we're gonna do outside.
I just make them drink Giardia water at that point.
Oh my gosh, Jess.
No, I'm kidding.
No!
But like, I'm being facetious. No, I don't do that. I know better. But like,
but it's just, or like, if they're like, oh, I for sure don't need to wear any sunscreen, and then they're beet red the next day and they're griping about it.
Like Lobster Man.
Like,
I haven't told you about Lobster Man.
I don't have any sympathy for you. But, like, not having water, that can be life-threatening.
That is incredibly dangerous, and I've seen what it does.
And you might not know about it, especially if they're not saying anything. They might not know about it until they're, like, fully having heat stroke, or like dehydration symptoms.
The Boy Scouts were especially bad.
Not
There were many
okay.
times that I had to report
Not
heat
okay.
stroke and heat exhaustion because kids are like, I don't need to drink water, this is fine. Like, I can
And,
go like...
Children is one thing.
But there were also grown adults who were doing that.
If you're a grown adult and you're just, like, not drinking water when you're out being physically active, what are you doing?
I don't know. It's like yesterday I was drinking every 5 steps.
Yeah, dude.
Because my headache wouldn't go away, but it's because of the heat.
It was just the heat.
Yeah,
it was just
but,
toasty. You sensitive little flower.
I just hate the heat. But anyways, back to your original question. Looking at like weather, like how is the weather going to be? Because like if it's going to be disgustingly hot, so if it's going to be like insanely hot, look for a location with trees. Or look for a location that has water.
Yeah.
If it's going to be chill and nice, basically anywhere you can go. If it's going to be snowy, blizzardy, don't even... No. Jessica will go. Friends will not, because Jessica knows what she's doing. Friends do not.
That's funny.
And afterwards...
I don't know about that. You don't like
when
snow.
I love... Are you kidding? I love snow. I just didn't go out this year because my back is shot. You don't like snow.
I love the snow.
Jessica, I have to shovel my driveway. Jessica, the snow.
I don't like shoveling my driveway because the wind blows it up against my thing, and it's slanted. It's like that weird slant.
Yeah, but
so I'll shovel it, and then it just blows right back, and then I shovel it again, and then it blows right back, and so it's this sad, vicious cycle.
Sounds you don't like snow.
I like to play in the snow.
I do too. I just didn't
like
this winter
to work in the snow.
I don't mind. I was the one who was out shoveling snow all the freaking time at work. Taylor did it a lot this season because my back is shot, like I said. I couldn't push a shovel.
I like to play in the snow.
I do too. A lot. Believe it or not, Katie, I have a life outside of work.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Every Sunday I go hiking.
I like to play in the snow.
I do too. But anyways, I look at different locations, and then once I found locations, I look at, who would enjoy being on this hike with me? Will it be a solo hike? Will I take a friend? Will I take 2 friends? Will I take a huge group of oodly dadlies and have them just go all over the place? And then as far as like backpacking stuff, like what am I going to keep in my backpack? Definitely have the water, have a first aid kit, and that's the biggest things. So like and snacks as well as emergency stuff. So I try to be as prepared as I can be. Especially if I'm going into the backcountry. The backcountry, you just never know. And I've hiked the backcountry solo several times, but it's stupid to do that.
Yeah, that's not as smart.
No, so the backcountries I try to get friends to go on just because buddy system is key out there.
Yeah.
Just because there's just a lot that could go wrong.
Yeah.
So I try to plan for what is going to go good, what's going to go bad. I try to plan for everything. I know I look like I'm a funny ditzy little thing on the trail, but honestly the entire time I'm watching and making sure that everything is in line and that we're not going to have a mess. And if a disaster happens, what's the quickest way to take care of somebody? What's the quickest way to get somebody out? Where was the last cell service? So if we need to call somebody, somebody can stay with somebody that's injured and then the other person can run to the cell service to get help. So I'm constantly watching, even though I'm joking with people. So that's me. So I look for priorities, and then like what's gonna fit for people.
Yeah.
What's the weather like? I try to plan and make sure I have a master plan, and then if something goes wrong, what are all the other options that I have?
Yeah.
So that's what I personally do.
Yeah. And safety.
Yep. Safety first.
Safety first.
Yep.
Biggest priority is safety, I would say.
Safe. Yep.
Oh, we'll roll the dice and we'll see what our last question is.
You broke out of it. 16.
I did. Got 16. 16. This is a good one. So, when it comes to food on the trail,
Just have
we're
everything.
staring at our giant pile of snacks.
Oh my gosh, it's huge, guys.
What do you like to bring for on the trail snacking?
To me, it looked like you brought a lot of these. You brought some of these and those.
No.
And those.
So, you brought the fruit bar things.
But I'm
and
saying, like, on
meat
the trail,
sticks.
you did have. You've brought a lot of ube stuff.
Well, I packed, yes, because that was what it was at Trader Joe's. But then there were a lot of Ziploc bags, and so I felt bad because there was no way to easily transport them. So
I mean, we could have bought some.
I know we should have. That's okay. Now I have more ube pretzels for my house. But like classic hiking snacks, right?
Like
You've got your granola, you've got your fruit snacks, you got your jerky, you've got your fruit bars, you got your meat sticks. Those things were really good.
They're at Costco.
Yeah.
$13.
They're great. I really like those. We got the little applesauce in the pouch things. Those are a game changer.
I love those.
I love those. Because, like, they just hang out in your pouch and they're fully contained and, like, so good. Just a little, like, whoo, sugar can perk you right back up.
Of sugar, yes, all you need.
I love trail mix. I like trail mix just in general, and there's so many different kinds of trail mix. You can have the, like, really fruity stuff, the really nutty stuff.
The chocolatey stuff.
Chocolatey stuff's great.
Love the chocolate.
The only downside to that is, like, you have to keep it next to your, like, water. In your pack,
because if not, it'll melt. Like if you have anything chocolatey or anything like that, like your peanut butter cups.
It's a tragedy. I still don't know what to do with them.
I was gonna ask, what are you gonna do? Because I guess you could just like melt the rest of it down, pull the wrappers out, and then make like a big chunk.
And just have a brick of swirled chocolate, and maybe I could use it in baking or something.
Maybe you could turn it into like fudge. Turn it to fudge. Just need some condensed milk.
So it was a casualty of war. While we were driving to get here, it melted in my back window. All my Trader Joe's peanut butter cups turned into a brick.
It's really sad,
It's
guys.
so sad.
It's just been sitting in a corner in the fridge this whole trip.
Yeah, because we didn't know what to do with it. It was so sad. It hasn't happened before. Usually the back of my car doesn't get that warm because the AC is pretty great, but I guess the sun just hit it at the right angle. But anyway,
it was a tragedy.
We have great snacks. We had stuff to make s'mores. We usually don't have that on the trail. I did think about bringing some Girl Scout cookies because I have a plethora of Girl Scout cookies.
I don't think those would hold well on the trail though, because I feel like they would melt. Because these ones got squishy and melty.
These bars got a little squishy, but that's okay. They still tasted really good.
They did. I like those.
And some of the Girl Scout cookies aren't melty. Like some of them are cookies.
That's true.
Definitely the mint ones would probably get a little bit melty.
Yeah, and the Samoas, if you still have
Samoas
Samoas
would probably
left.
get melty. Oh gosh, do I have some left?
See, no, Katie, how many did you order?
Well, you only have one time of year when you can buy those things, so you have to stock up. You have to buy like enough to ration.
I tried buying some through the link that you sent, and my computer wouldn't let me. It just kept crashing, so I didn't get any cookies this year, which is probably good. I saved money.
You should have said something. I would have got some for you.
Oh, it's okay. There's next year.
Jess, you should have said something. That's so sad.
Oh, it's okay. Next year.
Why didn't you say... Oh, you gotta let me know stuff like that. But yeah, and we've got usually I have some mangoes,
I did too, but Costco didn't have them, and they're so good.
Trader Joe's always has those mangoes, but...
I mean, I brought the honey sweet mangoes.
You did. Those...
We have one left.
Really nice. We'll have it for breakfast tomorrow. But, yeah, so we have, beef jerky is like a must.
It's a staple.
Yeah. For road trips, I feel like, and hiking. That's when you
and just
have
camping
to have,
too.
Yeah, camping, any outdoorsy stuff, you have to have like trail mix, beef jerky.
I mean, Nugget, our trail guide, appreciated that we had.
Freaking Nugget.
He was a good boy.
Oh, I hope I didn't give him diarrhea.
No. I'm
so
sure
cute.
you didn't. I gave him a good chunk of jerky too.
I don't think that counts as like a wildlife encounter because he was not wild.
He was such a nice dog.
He was really
He was
cute.
so happy we gave him water.
We went to this arch
called
trail.
Moonshine Arch.
Yep. 10 out of 10 would recommend, and I'm pretty sure he was a like Fey Lord. And because we got to the trailhead and there was just this dog from nowhere.
He just showed up. At first you were like,
showed up.
Because we thought the people who were in the parking lot owned him, and he didn't belong to them.
And he was like walking around, and then he wasn't staying with them, and he didn't have, like, his tag was weird.
It didn't have his
name.
name.
It didn't have his name,
It just
and
had
we
his
were like,
address.
this is weird. And he wasn't staying with those people, and they just, like, left. They didn't have no backpacks, no water, no nothing, and we were just like, first off, what kind of losers are they? And like it
wasn't a long hike.
It wasn't a long hike, but also like you go to this arch and then there's like a beautiful place to sit and snack and chill and stuff. So why wouldn't you? Pictures. Yeah, it was really pretty. 10 out of 10 would recommend any arches. But so this dog like comes over and says hi. And we had another great snack. There were these little cookies that came with like peanut butter, and there was a little bit of peanut butter left.
Oh yeah, the PB&C.
Yeah, so you shared a teeny bit of your peanut butter with this dog.
Oh, that's how we first got him to like us.
Then he was like, "Oh snap!" So then he started like hiking with us, and we were like, "This is cool." So we just started calling him Nugget. You know?
Yeah.
And then he was leading us.
And then he left for a minute, and then he found those people.
Yeah, and we were like, oh well, there goes Nugget. But turns out he had run ahead to see if those people had snacks, probably.
Probably.
But they didn't. They didn't have anything.
Or water, because he was panting so hard.
He was so thirsty. So we got up there finally, and we were taking pictures. It got a little bit rainy, so we were sitting under the arch, just hanging out, having snacks. We gave him a bunch of water. He was so happy. And shared some of our beef jerky. And he took a little nap with us while we were taking pictures. I got
pictures of him sleeping on your feet.
He was such a happy dog.
He was a very happy dog.
He was so cute. And then, because we did the ritual, he came back with us. And
Erin found a Lego chicken leg, so she found a little treasure.
He led us to a chicken nugget, a Lego chicken nugget,
and I found a toy monkey.
Yeah, so. He walked back with us to the car, got some more peanut butter, and I told him to go home, so he did.
Yeah,
what?
He was a good dog. He was good dog.
10 out of 10 would recommend Nugget. Mm-hmm. Those are the kinds of adventures you can have, kids, if you go hiking. Just bring freaking water, though.
And plan accordingly. Yeah. There have been so many times I've gone out on hikes and kids are out there screwing around.
Drink
and they're not
water.
And they're drinking alcohol while they're screwing around. And they're not
Stay on the trail. Stay off of the crunchy dirt. That stuff is alive.
Don't touch wildlife.
Unless the wildlife is Nugget.
Or that lizard you booped.
We never talked about that lizard.
No, we never did.
But that was a beautiful experience.
She screamed so loud, guys, the canyon echoed.
I didn't know that it was going to happen. I'm pretty sure it was mostly just because that lizard was really tired.
Or super cold.
Yeah.
Because it was cold that morning when you booped him.
It was cold. I asked for consent. I was like, I'm going to boop this lizard.
And he went?
I looked at him in the eye and he didn't move, so... I didn't hurt him, I just booped his mouth.
You did, and he looked so confused, but he just sat there.
And he just kept sitting there. He was alive, he blinked, he moved, he just sat there and looked at me.
Yeah, he didn't even do his push-ups.
He licked his little eye, and I was like, okay, great. That was such a great hike.
That was.
Go hike, guys. Touch grass. Just don't touch the crunchy dirt, because it's alive, and it took millions of years to get there, so.
And do your research first, please.
Yes. Bring water so that you can share it with Nugget.
And yourself.
He's thirsty.
Drink lots of water. I usually carry about 3 to 4 liters of water in my camelback. My camelback has 3 liters, and I carry a water bottle.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated or die.
Don't die. Don't die, kids. That's the moral of that story. And this is all we have time to talk about for today.
Love y'all. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Some Good Tea. This podcast is possible because of amazing listeners like you. So if you're enjoying what you're listening to, be sure to like and follow. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. Just like I said in the intro, I am also going to be dropping in the next couple of weeks here a website for our whole podcast. It's the official website, and there you're going to be able to get an early sneak peek of the episodes before they drop. You'll be able to access the transcripts of the episodes after they drop, and you'll be able to connect with some of my featured artists and author guests more easily. So if you're interested in being able to commission things or read their books, all of that type of stuff, you'll be able to do that a little bit more easily through my website. I'm also going to be featuring the tea that we drink on there. So if you're wanting to learn how to steep tea, how to drink tea, or if you just want to be able to drink along with us when we drop our episodes, you'll be able to follow us a little bit more easily through that website. This podcast has been a lot of fun, and it's been really amazing sharing this wonderful hobby with you guys. I really like being able to brighten your day and share some good tea. Just being able to share this good message and bring something brighter into each of your lives is very satisfying and very rewarding to me. And it's fun getting to drink tea with my friends and have silly conversations. So if this is something that has helped you or brightened your day, go ahead and share it with your friends and your family, because I am growing and this is growing and expanding because of people like you. So keep it up. We really appreciate it, and you're making a difference. This is all I have time to say today, but I will talk at you later.